Thank you so much for staying tuned. On the last lap of this morning on ITV, I have a legal practitioner, a human rights activist, an erudite, scholar, a learned personnel. Join me to welcome Barrister Matthias Obayowana. Welcome to TMI, Sunday's edition. All right. Well, you get to see the vibrancy of a youth if you get to take a look at this man in total. He is an activist, a very strong politician, an entrepreneur. Join me to welcome Stan Osaze Oswakonuhodi, right? I got that name correctly.
Thank you very much.
All right. Barrister, I believe you're watching, listening, observing. It's all about the battle between unicameral legislation or bicameral legislation. People like the grammar is too big. Scrap one, let one remain. Yeah, now they're talking about the scrapping of the Senate. From a legal perspective, do you think it's going to entrench positively in a democracy?
Well, the legal framework for the existence of Nigeria is as enshrined in the 1999 Constitution as amended. Section 4, Section 1 thereof provides that the powers to make law, legislature of the Federal Republic of Nigeria shall be vested in the House of Senate, National Assembly, that consists of the House of Senate and the House of Representatives. So that is a bicameral legislature as provided for in the Constitution. So the call for scrapping one, of the two houses of National Assembly, yes, because of the need for people to manage our resources, to cut down the expenditure. If you observe, those in the House of Representatives, they are from given constituencies in the various countries as zones are divided. Then those in the House of National Assembly, the House of Senate, they are also from particular constituencies. Maybe, for example, if you can have the Edo South, for example, let me use that as an example. The Edo South has a Senate, a senatorial seat for the House of Senate. Now, for the National Assembly, I think we have for Oredo, we have Ovia, one day and Odium combined are three representatives.
Yes.
And yet you have a senator also representing people in the same area. So what is it that these three representatives can do that the senator cannot do? Or what is it that the senator can do that the three representatives cannot do? So for me, you service the members of the House of Representatives, you now come and service the members of the House of Senate. So then the expenditure appear to be on the increase. You find that when they bring out their budget, the recurrent expenditure is always more than the capital expenditure, so in terms of the budget. So we expect whereby you should cut down on expenses so they can have more money to put into infrastructures and the rest of it. But the calling for the scrapping now by the mere saying of wishful thoughts, agitation, cannot bring about that change. You cannot just wake up, in the morning and say, okay, scrap Senate or scrap House of Representatives. No, you must engage yourself in constitutional reform. That is why they need, as a reason for Nigeria to be restructured. People are calling for the restructuring of the country.
Right.
So for those who are calling for scrapping House of Senate or scrapping House of Representatives, there's a need for Nigeria to be restructured. We should sit down and reorganize this country in a way that will better bring about the democracy to our people, so that you cut down these expenses and they give more to the people, because the security and welfare of the people is the permanent purpose of governance. So if you are there in government, you should talk about the welfare of the people and not how much money we use to be servicing representatives. When the people that you are representing are there impoverished and still in abject poverty. So you must find a way of balancing it.
Okay.
So there must be a need for a restructuring of this country, where the entire architecture of democracy in Nigeria had to be rejigged in such a way that this time around you could remove Senate or remove House of Reps, and then we're also calling for the need for the various regions to control their resources.
We'll come to that.
So a number of issues involved.
Yeah, we'll come to that. Now, he just summed it up into restructuring. because it's almost the same thing, bringing 3 from each state when you have representatives like, how will I put it now, doing the same thing in the same community, but spending more money. As a youth, what are your perception? What are your views?
Firstly, we should understand the fact that this particular issue is purely a constitutional matter, as he has just said. We cannot just jump into, say, scrap it. But for one, even if we are talking about the legislature and the rest, we should be looking at the corruption in itself. And secondly, even if you decide to say you are scrapping the Senate and you refuse to look into the real issues, believe you me, the number of expenditure that is expended will continue. You just succeeded in removing one arm for the other arm to collect the money accruing to this other arm. The other arm will just collect it, add it to theirs, and begin to enrich themselves. Now, the focal point of our agitation should be checking the enrichment in itself. At least when you have senators, senatorial activity is supposed to be part-time. You should be working somewhere as a worker. Then when it's time, you go for sitting and you'll be paid in line with your sitting. Not just, I am a senator, you have no job. You are waiting for budget to be passed, then you should be padding budget so that there will be more return coming out as if you are investing. So beyond that, we should not just look at the number of persons alone. We should be able to check the inflow and outflow of resources in this regard. And secondly, if you have, there is no way you can say you don't need a bicameral legislature in Nigeria for now, because we have what we call heterogeneity of population. So certainly people must be brought in as a sign of belonging in the national administration. But like in Edo State, you don't need 3 senators coming out from Edo State. You need just at least one senator coming out to represent the entire Edo State.
And that was the suggestion by Rochas Okorocha. He said each state should give out a senator.
One senator should come out. Then, including the FCT, 36. Then at least you do not need each two local government to one separate, 2 local government to one separate. No. Then you cannot have South, Central, and North producing each member of this House of Representatives. Beyond that, then let's check the result, because I want to tell you the simple truth. The goal of this politician is to divert our attention. They are not the one calling for the scrap of Senate. Why are they not telling us how much they receive and how we're going to scrap that money? So they should not deceive us with the idea. Let the right thing be done at the right time. Which simply means that we must tell the legislature the truth. Your bogus allowance is too much. In fact, all Nigerians are speculating. Some will say their money is 32 million in a month. Some will say 35 million in a month. But when you go and check the way this person spends money, you will know that the amount of money they spend is even more than the amount of money that they are claiming to be receiving every month. If you have to check it and look at it from the pluralistic value, you will be surprised that these senators, some of them earn as much as about 60-70 million naira in a month. These are the secrets you will never know until you are part and parcel.
These are just speculation.
Yeah, speculation.
Okay. All right.
That is to say, even me, I cannot conclude to say this is the exact money.
Okay.
Now again, a legislature should really know their job. Apart from oversight functions, remain focused. The idea of other constituency project, I have benefited from constituency project just recently. Someone, the House of Rep member is providing a transformer to my territory, a fully equipped transformer. That is very good. That's a conspiracy project. But we should begin to look beyond the project in itself. Let's look at the transparency associated with such a project. I don't know if you're getting my point. So the truth of the matter is very simple. In this country today, I will not say we should scrap Senate. I should not say we should scrap the House of Representatives. But I will call for a total reform where a single senator comes out from a state, then at least 3 House of Rep members comes out from the state, and their resources should be made public. Let's know what we are paying them, and it should be part-time as well. You cannot say, I'm a senator, you have no job, you have nothing. You are just waiting for you to continue to benefit immensely from the treasury of the national administration.
Okay, now you said one each from each state, as suggested by Rochas Okorocha. Take it up from there.
I think we are still going to be back to the same situation. Yes, because I'm of the view that a unicameral legislature is okay for our country. It's okay, like I said earlier. What is it that the 3 representatives in the House of Representatives, can do that the senator cannot do? It's not to look at the budget. It's not to ensure that the people are well represented. So in terms of the idea of having popular participation in governance, We want to have our people participate more in governance. That is the essence of the legislature. Because we cannot all be singing a chorus for wherever we are to say this is what we want. We are going to speak through our representative. That is why the essence we have a constitutional office. But they should come back every now and then to discuss with people in the constituency. Also, I say, okay, this is what they have for the federal want to do as a budget. What is it that our people want? You hear from us, and after hearing from us, you go back to the house and say, this is the position of my people. So that is where you have a true representation of the people. Not that you go there and you need to do your own thing, and then you come back, whatever thing that money they gave to you for a consulting project, you come back without even consulting with the people as to what exactly do you want in your environment. You come and give them a little of it, and then you take order and say you are done. No. If you are truly representing the people, three representatives is sufficient enough to cover, every zone, depending on the population and the landmass. So then you come out there, discuss with people as what they want, and you take it back to the National Assembly, and then you find a way of pushing it through. So having two bicameral legislature, House of Senate and the House of Reps, for me, is still a waste of resources. If they are made a constitution and make it unicameral, all of them sit down at one meeting, the House of Reps, having enough representation, and then you can pass your budget and do whatever you have to do. Because we are talking about cutting down on expenses, not just the salaries of the lawmakers. If it's that big, because I cannot imagine why under the Freedom of Information Act, why they cannot on their own disclose. I know we are supposed to ask for them to disclose. People have been asking, how much do you earn? As we speak, we are seeing the realm of speculation. We don't know how much they earn. So you find some of them who are former governors, who have served their tenure. You find themselves in the Senate receiving pensions as a governor, former governor, also receiving salaries as members of the House of Senate. So from both, we are draining the resources of the country. Many of you use to build roads, build infrastructures, take care of education. Look at ASU issue now. You have an agreement with ASU over time. How much you will use to finance education. You refuse to obey that, to follow that agreement. Now you are offering something. I offer you that. You have an agreement which you have entered into with them. Why don't you implement the agreement and offer them this and offer them whatever which they will not accept? So there are a number of issues that our people need to grapple with. The issue of homelessness, the issue of lack of employment, poverty, ravaging the city and our people. And then we can also have the issue of mass disengagement of our youth. You see them going into all sorts of violent crime. If you say for a young man who is able to work, cannot find a job to do regularly, and you cannot create an environment for that young man to earn a living, why can you not pay him unemployment benefit? This is something we have in this country that you could use to benefit the people, because that which is the reason why they are in government. But you not find them using to service themselves. You say just in the House of Rep, in the House of Senate, bogus salary and all of that. So they should cut down the expenses and focus more on the people. So a really common legislation will be better for us. Right. But that would be when the country is restructured, because the constitution as we speak today is a bicameral legislation that is there. So it will amount to a wishful thought if we keep just saying it. But I should expect the government to sit down and have our country restructured in a way that will benefit the people.
Thank you so much, Stan. Your last line is we will have our in-house sponsor of Best Bread want to entertain, or not, sorry, inform you about what is really happening. We'll talk about JAM that is really coming out on UTME. You really need to hear from them. Stan, your last line. Yes.
This country is built on injustice. It is the fact.
Many people disagree with that.
Many people you may disagree, but that's the fact. So if you are bringing what is obtainable in a Senate claim into Nigeria, you must look at it very clearly, because there is huge skepticism as far as tribes is concerned in Nigeria. You understand? You might be coming out with a real fact, a feasible objective, but believe you me, some person, because of the skepticism, will think that this one wants to take over this one wants to take over that. Because of that, you must put all these factors into consideration. There are, in this country today, there are some clans who believes that they own this country. While there are some who believe that if this man thinks he owns this country, I must hold the grip where I believe belongs to us. We must hold it. So, and for you to ensure that this country remains one indivisible political entity, you must, as a matter of urgency, put this whole factor into consideration.
All right. You know what?
So bringing in Senate, bringing in House of Reps, let us cancel it, let us do no. It will create more problem in this country. The only way to let me submit. The only way to address this problem
is for the whole nation to come together to talk
about this.
Mr. Chari, a mere recommendation from one individual is not enough to reach out to conclusion.
Thank you.
Invite me next time when there are more time for us to discuss.
Thank you so much. Thank you for understanding about the time constraint. Thank you so much for understanding. All right, not to worry. We may even take this discussion over to Impact on Radio. Both of you will just come around. We're going to use 45 minutes or 1 hour to really talk about this.